Tonight we're going to install, if I can reach it, this Grayton. This is the Hampton Bay branded Grayton ceiling fan. This is sold at the Home Depot in 2001, and I'm not sure how much more or how much earlier than that. It's possible this ran from the late 90s, but I don't know. I have the 2001 catalog. This fan is in there. It's the only spinner in that catalog aside from the industrial. So this one is, it says, make a design statement in any room. Decorative light kit. The heck is decorative about the light kit? And reversible blades will accent any decor. Dual mount mounting system allows for maximum installation flexibility. Made in China. Description: fans. So this, as far as I'm concerned, is identical to this, which is really interesting because these two boxes are about 25 years apart. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. I can't see any differences in these pictures at all. I'm not sure why this box is so much bigger. I guess it's taller, as the other one's wider. Well, anyways, this is still under production, and this is an awesome product. Highly recommend that product. And I'm very curious to see how it compares to this one. So this one came with a 15-year warranty. That one came with a 30. So the warranty on this one has expired. Yeah, it really looks exactly the same. I wonder if this has any information about the OEM. Here's some information about the airflow. So according to this, the CFM on high is 3,447. I could believe that about that one. I don't know because I haven't tested this one yet. This one claims only 2,381. So this one claims to move less air than this one. This one, the motor is a little bit, it's rated for a little bit less power. That one's rated for 55 watts. This one's rated for 49 watts. And the RPM claims on this one is 100, 160, and 215. I think that one exceeds 215 on high. I think it's more around 240 or 250. But I don't have a tachometer. I'm just kind of judging it by eye. So maybe these specs are the same as the other one. I'm not sure. Copyright 2000. I don't know what the heck these things are. It's probably some marketing gimmicks. So that's very interesting. So spec-wise, this one is going to be more powerful. But as I've said many times before, these CFM numbers are bogus as far as I'm concerned, because you can take two products that are rated the same and put them side by side and they perform totally differently. So I don't really give those CFM things any credit whatsoever. Okay, there we go. This is what I wanted. So this one is obviously an SMC because it says SMC right here. Now, what is that? I think that's where the Gugo spilled on the carpet. Yeah, I can still feel it's kind of dirty. That's not good. I don't want to put any papers there. These irons with this shape, the heart in the middle, very distinct pattern. These have been iconically SMC for as long as I can recall. I assumed, based off of that that one is SMC built as well. I've gotten a handful of comments telling me that it's built by Aircool. Now, unfortunately, a trend in the comments box, and I don't know why people do this, but sometimes if one person says something, a whole bunch of other people just type in the same thing. And the problem with that is sometimes what the first person said is not accurate. So somebody said it was Aircool and everybody else is saying it's Aircool. It might be. I don't know. You know, could SMC have gone out of the fan market and sold the patents or whatever, the equipment and so forth to Aircool? Yeah, that's not, you know, far-fetched by any means. But I don't know. We need to search the UL file number. This one is definitively made by SMC. It says SMC right there. Quite possibly the motor housing will say SMC on it somewhere also. So this one also comes with the switch cap. Pitch on this looks about the same. I'm really expecting these fans to be pretty much identical. Is that a 1/2 inch rod? I think it is. So this is, yeah, that's a 1/2 inch rod. This is a 3/4. So the down rods are different. Says SMC right on there, so there's no doubt that this motor is made by SMC. Now the switch housing is different. This one's even shorter, so hopefully this doesn't have as many wires in there because it's going to be impossible to get it shut. This switch housing is abnormally short compared to the other one. That one's pretty standard. And the finish on this is not very nice. You notice there's a lot of imperfections here. The big, oh, that was kind of dirty. There's a couple, there's a scratch there, there's a nick there, there's a nick there. There's like something underneath the paint there. So the other one seems like it's better quality build. This one is also UL listed, so we could compare the UL files of this one and the other one. It's dated July of 2001. It's model MQ42-ML by Shell Electric. So this one is definitively SMC. That one I don't know. Seriously? They include two switch caps instead of just, that's kind of wasteful. So that one only came with one switch cap, which is all that you would need because you can just take the light kit off the switch cap and use it with the little plug. Alright, well, cosmetically, it's pretty much identical. Surprised these rubber bands are still good 20 years later. That's impressive. They have a ton of elasticity to them. They're like in perfect condition. That's amazing. It's got the same shape issue that I had with the other one, where it's that the contour doesn't match the irons. There are a lot of similarities to this, but it's not identical. But for a 25-year discrepancy, it's pretty close. It's got the same kind of weird, like really small mounting apparatus coming out of there. And I guess this has like an adapter in there. So it's almost like this could have shipped with either one, maybe. Either a 1/2 inch or 3/4 rod. This has a much longer lead wire. So this would be the easier one to install in the living room, but of course for concept we'll do that one. So we're going to take this down now. This is a Hampton Bay Windward early version. Very good fan. This has been in the studio for a long time now. And now we're going to put one of these. So we'll have both of them here, and it'll be kind of a neat comparison. Put those next to the sheep. Maybe the sheep will put those screws into a box. Well, that's great. Bah. I've got to clean up all these ceiling fan blades tomorrow. I don't like having parts just out like this. It's a recipe for disaster. Okay, this is not going to be fun to remove because this box is oriented the wrong way, because now we got to use a tiny little screwdriver to get in there to undo those screws. Where's that stupid wobbly stool? Oh, it's not in here? Rats. Huh. I must have brought it in the garage. Oh well. We'll have to go without it. Well, we don't have to, I just don't feel like going in the garage to get it. And this is a terrible configuration. What moron set this thing up? I guess this isn't too bad, but it's really not great either. It's such a nice fan. I gotta go get that stool. I'm not, I don't want to keep struggling with this. Lots of ceiling fans in here. There's that wobbly stool. What the heck? Where did this come from? Canopy is very similar. So one of those ones where the ball hangs inside you, there's no hanger on the bracket itself. This is a pretty good design as long as it's not a Casablanca. Oh, stupid common. There we go. Oh, that's a multi-bit. Oh no, stupid multi-bit. This is a good one. So this has white hardware on the sides, whereas the other one has brass hardware. I think the brass looks a little better. Yeah, this stinks the way this box is set up, because now it has to go like this, and then it becomes difficult to install the screws. Maybe I'll change that someday. Huh, look at that. The ball is actually large enough that it won't fall through. What a concept. The pin is the same as the other one. It's got that point on it, which is very unique. I've never seen that before. This is only the second time now I've seen that. The pin is different. The pin is kind of a piece of junk. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to install the light for clearance purposes. Actually, I can find out. Yeah, I can walk under this. We'll install the light, that's fine. It's very low clearance down here, but if I mount it directly to the floor and not the joists, we can kind of get by with stuff okay. Is this live? No, I guess not. The screws lined up on this one very nicely. I guess this isn't as bad as I initially thought it was, the way this box is set up. It's not great, but this, you know, this is workable. Ow, that's a laceration hazard. There's one of your biggest signs that it's SMC. The bearings are noisy. These things came pre-stuck on there. All the hardware on this is white. All the screws anyways. There's going to be so many of these in the landfill because most people don't know what this is and just cancel it out. And people that do know what it is know it doesn't work and just cancel it out. Well, that's weird. This came with 2 sets of motor screws. Is that what these are? No, these are smaller. Oh. Duh! These are the blade screws. The paper in here is kind of yellowed, which is not the best sign, but they don't look too bad. Oh, good. Sometimes when that paper yellows, it starts to stick to the blades, but that didn't happen this time. These screws are unnecessarily long. I guess... Oh no, I'm doing this backwards. The screw heads are supposed to go on the bottom. So it's not identical to the other one. The other one has all brass hardware, which I think looks nicer. I'm actually surprised that this is all white. The white hardware is okay, but the problem is it's almost impossible to screw these in without the paint chipping off. And you can see this one, for instance, never having been used even, is already chipped off. So it ends up just not looking very good. Pretty much all these have some paint chipped off or the paint's done very poorly. That's wrong. Come on, person, get it together here. Yeah, see how the paint's all coming off now just from having screwed the screw in? I am not as satisfied with the finish quality on this as I am with that. This is definitely a lower quality finish. The paint's chipping off already and it looks like it's almost yellowed a bit. Why all this tape? Actually, it's a different contour issue. This looks a little better, but it's the same in concept as on the other one. So there are minor differences here and there. Duh. Really, you've got to get it together here. Now it kind of looks like a Huntington. I can't believe how good these rubber bands are still. Don't tell me how to mount it. Good. Look, these look good too. The blades are a decent quality finish. We're still kicking the tripod when we're not even using it. Unbelievable. Get out of the way. Sounds like a telephone. That lock washer's busted. It's not going to do anything. Well, I guess it'll add some space, but that's all. Not going to serve its intended purpose. This looks really good here with these lights. I mean, this is one of those fans that kind of look good pretty much anywhere. But it's a very, very different style coming from a polished brass unit, larger one too. Some kind of sticker up there. Just leave that alone. Alright, so this one is probably going to be noisy as can be. It is not a capacitor based speed control. So funny enough, even though this is the actual unit that I remember, I think I'm going to like that one better from a functionality standpoint. And since it looks exactly the same pretty much, I think the floor is a little bit higher over here, just a couple inches, but it makes a difference because we're only dealing with a couple inches of clearance to begin with. I'll put the light on for now so we can compare the two, but I think I'm going to have to take the light off. This one does not come with a light bulb. The other one does. A lot of Hampton Bay fans came with light bulbs, though. I'm surprised this one didn't. I would have expected it to. Oh, those wires are for the light. It's a good thing it tells me, because who the heck would have known otherwise? I thought these wires were for the vacuum cleaner. Stupid. I don't know why there's a piece of paper in there. Maybe it's got to write something down. Now this should be a much easier fit. Yeah, there's a lot less wires in there. And it's a smaller housing and it still was an easier fit. That was the only part of the installation process that was a little difficult with that one, was trying to get all the wires in there. This was easier in that respect. Oh no. Get in there. Okay, now we need to light the bulb. I'd like just a 25 watts. What wattage is this one? Yeah, that printing is really helpful. Don't know. There's a 25. I guess this is an illegal move to put this in here, but I'm going to execute it anyways. The globe is kind of slick. All these have been coming out of the box as slick lately. Does it not? No, it should fit. These are still wood. I think these are probably plastic. Actually no, I think these are wood too. Huh. Ain't that something? I can have the light, this is fine. not a clearance issue. The chain's potential clearance issue, but the light's fine. Okay. Well, there you have it. The actual 2001 Grayton from the Hampton Bay brand, or the SMC OEM. And then the 2025 Grayton from Boston Harbor, which is, I guess, of unknown OEM. Right? We're going to go with Aircool for now, I suppose. Hopefully somebody can verify with the UL listing to confirm.